We want to solve a system 3 different ways. So our first system, our example system, is 3x minus y equals 1 and x plus 2y equals 5. Both of these equations represent lines. So let's graph the first one. We have 3x minus y equals 1. There are two different ways we could graph this. We could solve for y. So we could have minus y, let's subtract 3x from both sides, minus 3x plus 1, and then we divide everything by a negative 1, and so we get y equals 3x minus 1. So we could start off with the y-intercept, 0, negative 1, and then go up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, using that slope, trying to draw with a straight line. We could also have taken this and we could have created a t-chart. Let x be 0. That gives you 3 times 0 minus y equals 1, which means y is a negative 1. You could let y be 0. That gives you 3x equals 1, so that gives you x equals 1/3. So we have 0, negative 1, and 1/3 0, which is hard to draw accurately, but we can try. So our other equation is x plus 2y equals 5. We can graph that one of two ways. We can create our t-chart. Let x be 0. That means that y is 5/2, or 2 1/2. Let y be 0, then x is 5. So we have 0, 2 1/2. And we have 5, 0. So let's try to graph a straight line here. Where do these two lines cross? It's kind of difficult to tell because I've made an utter mess of it, but I believe the solution is that point where they cross. I think it's the point 1, 2. So let's try another method and see if our other method makes me any more confident. Let's try this substitution method. Our two equations are 3x minus y equals 1 and x plus 2y equals 5. Substitution, we need to solve one of these equations for one of the variables. It does not matter which one. I think I'll solve the second equation for x. That gives me x equals 5 minus 2y. Substitute that information into the first equation in place of x, and we have 3 times 5 minus 2y minus y equals 1. So 15 minus 6y minus y equals 1. Minus 7y, let's subtract 15 from both sides, and we get minus 14. Divide both sides by minus 7, and we get y equals 2. If y is 2, what is x? Well, we know that x equals 5 minus 2y. So x equals 5 minus 2 times 2. That's 5 minus 4. That's 1. So even though our graph was kind of messy, we were able to find the solution. The point 1, 2 is the solution of our system. Notice that when we graphed, we got the point 1, 2. And when we use substitution, we get 1, 2. It's the same answer. It's the same system. It's just a different method. So finally, we want to do elimination. 3x minus y equals 1, and x plus 2y equals 5. In order to do elimination, or the addition method, we want to be able to add these two equations together so that either the x or the y disappears. I choose to eliminate the y's because it's a plus 2y and a minus y. It's already set up where one is positive and one is negative. All we have to do is multiply this first equation by 2, and then it will be 6x minus 2y equals 2. Notice that now the y's are opposites. One is plus 2y, one is minus 2y. So if we add these two equations together, the y's will cancel. So we have 7x equals 7, divide both sides by 7, and we get x equals 1. X is 1 is our answer. How do we find y? We choose either one of the original two equations. It does not matter. We can take our 3x minus y equals 1. We know that x is 1, so we have 3 times 1 minus y equals 1. Subtract 3 from both sides, you get minus y equals minus 2. Divide both sides by a negative 1, and you get y equals 2. So once again, we get that solution 1, 2. Same solution, different method. So which method do you prefer for this problem? Substitution, elimination, or graphing? I think I prefer, for this method, I prefer substitution. It just seemed like the problem was easier working it with substitution. I found the calculations to be simple to do, so I preferred substitution for this problem. You will have 3 problems to work. You have to use all 3 methods to work all 3 problems and complete them and turn them in to me.